This is huge for Cletus McFarland, our fans, and frankly the entire racing industry. So let's find out what happened and why it is so important.
Cletus McFarland has had an exciting career in motorsports. He started out in drag racing, where the goal is to go as fast as possible over a short distance, usually a quarter mile. Aside from drag racing, he spent a lot of time racing Crown Victorias on oval circuits that ranged from half a mile to 1 mile long. He even got into drifting, which is when drivers skillfully slide their cars around steep corners at high speeds. Cletus has proved his competence in all sorts of racing that need good car control and quick reactions.
When it comes to licensing someone like Cletus for a larger challenge or a new racing event, the procedure differs significantly from a conventional driver's license test. A standard driving exam lasts about 30 minutes and covers essential abilities like parallel parking and following traffic regulations. People should look closely at Cletus's complete background. A rallycross champion may have spent 7 or 8 years perfecting jumps, dirt roads, and difficult terrain. A V8 supercar driver could have 10 years of experience driving fast, heavy vehicles. An open-wheel racer may have spent 6 years focused on fast, lightweight vehicles. Cletus brings a varied set of skills, having raced a range of powerful street and race cars, and gained vast knowledge in several racing strategies. A driver like his is often tested on a smaller circuit, such as a half-mile oval, to determine how he handles close racing and fast turns. After that, they may put him on a 1 mile or mile-and-a-half track to see how he handles higher speeds and longer turns. Each individual requires a test tailored to their specific experience. There is rarely a single rule that applies in all circumstances. Aside from racing, Cletus has worked hard on YouTube, creating videos for nearly 5 years and building a sizable following. His events occasionally have more than 50 cars, and he routinely organizes major races with his buddies. He is currently preparing for a major challenge that will take place in a few weeks, showcasing his capacity to stay focused and push himself to do more. After spending around 40 weekends a year traveling for races, it's encouraging to see Cletus finally balancing work, family, and leisure time. Racers make great sacrifices, but guys like Cletus show that with hard work and excitement, you can achieve your goals and still enjoy life after the most arduous battles are over. Cletus encountered a number of issues before the event began. He failed to use his Hans device, which is important safety equipment that protects the driver's neck and head during a crash. As a result, he was slow to exit the pit lane. His starting position was 24th out of a large field. Despite his slow start, he made a strong move early on and was fighting for a spot in the top 10 after only a few laps. However, trouble arose again when he discovered an issue with his engine. His car began to lose speed, and he swiftly slid to 20th place, losing the draft to the main group of cars. The team later reported that there was a problem with the valve train and the number 30 Ford was clearly not functioning as intended. Cletus had to keep driving while praying that the engine didn't completely fail. The car somehow managed to live. Despite the broken valve spring, Cletus kept pressing. The engine trouble started around lap 5, but he was able to complete more than 75 laps without a catastrophic engine failure. There was a very hazardous situation in the last laps. 2 cars collided immediately in front of Cletus on the backstretch. While trying to avoid the spinning cars, one of the damaged vehicles returned to the track and lightly grazed Cletus's right rear fender. It might have easily ruined his day right then, but he kept control and avoided spinning out. Under the caution lap, Cletus was spotted pumping his hands out the window, celebrating his near escape. Later, Cletus conducted a hilarious interview. He said that his cut-off sleeves helped him dodge the crash. He claimed to have tucked one of his arms and dodged out of the path like a superhero. His sense of humor made him even more popular among his admirers. The race ended with a 1-lap overtime shootout. Cletus restarted in 14th place. Before reaching turn 1, a slow car caused a huge crash involving numerous drivers. Cletus once again escaped the mayhem. He advanced to 10th place before the caution flag fell, achieving his first top 10 finish in ARCA racing. Following the race, Cletus talked to NASCAR on Fox about how difficult it was. He reported that about 5 laps into the race, the number 6 valve spring snapped in half, causing the engine to lose a lot of power. Even with his foot firmly on the gas, he was losing ground, as if he were riding a slow horse while everyone else sped by him. He thanked his spotter, Kevin Hamlin, and racing veteran Greg Biffle for their advice and guidance in surviving such a difficult race. Cletus stated a great desire to return and compete in future stock car events. He even stated that he planned to compete again at Talladega in the fall. Although nothing has been officially announced, it is clear that Cletus has acquired a newfound passion for ARCA racing. Finishing 10th at one of America's most famous racetracks in front of 70,000 live viewers is an impressive accomplishment for a man who was only making YouTube videos for fun a few years ago. Connor Zilisch was having one of the best races of his young career at Talladega Superspeedway. He was only 18 years old and had already demonstrated incredible skill in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. He fought hard throughout the race in the number 88 WeatherTech Chevrolet for JR Motorsports, eventually taking the lead from teammate Justin Allgaier with only 6 laps to go. It was only his 4th superspeedway start in NASCAR's top 3 divisions, but he drove like a veteran. His car was speedy, his moves were accurate, and he managed pressure better than drivers with 10 or more years of racing experience. In the final laps, Connor was locked in a battle with Jesse Love and Austin Hill, both talented Richard Childress racing drivers. The race was tight, and everyone knew the final lap would be frantic. At that critical moment, Jesse Love made a move to pass Connor on the backstretch. What happened next changed the direction of the day dramatically. Jesse's car came too close and the two friends made contact. Connor's number 88 car turned sharply toward the inside wall. He smashed into the safer barrier at high speeds, completely damaging the front of his car. Connor felt the affect right away. On the team radio, he could be heard saying, "Ow, ow, ow, my back, oh!" It was a terrifying few seconds for everyone watching. His race ended there, and he was officially classified 27th with a DNF, did not finish. It was a heartbreaking ending because he could have won or placed in the top 3. Connor's power was obvious despite the severity of the crash. The AMR safety team arrived at his location in minutes. He climbed out of the destroyed number 88 car and walked to the ambulance on his own. He was subsequently sent to the infield care facility for inspection. Fortunately, after a brief examination, he was freed without serious injury. Connor said afterwards, "Yeah, I'm fine. That was one of those wrecks when you wiggle your legs and make sure everything is fine later." He also praised his teammates, saying, "Very grateful to drive safe JR Motorsports race cars." Even though Jesse Love's actions had caused the accident, the two young drivers were not upset with one another. Jesse, who had won Talladega the previous spring, immediately went to check on Connor. He greeted him at the infield care center, where they hugged. Connor later stated, "Jesse is probably my best friend in the world. I'm grateful to have someone like him who can come and stand in front of me and hug me afterwards." This moment illustrated that true friendship can survive in a sport filled with competition and wrecks. The event itself was a reminder of how dangerous racing can be, even with modern safety features like safer barriers and strong car designs. At speeds reaching 190 miles per hour, even a slight error or collision could lead to a severe calamity. In this case, both the car and the safety system served their purposes. The most important thing was that Connor walked away with no major injuries.